How do we, in the year 2020, how do we care for others? How do we help the local church grow? What's your part in that? What are some practical things you can do? I'm going to give you 5 things actually today, really, really quick as we close out. I'm going to ask Aaron to come back up with me. As we close out, 5 quick things. How do we help it grow? How do we help it become healthy? You do these things. Number 1, you care for others. I know that sounds incredibly simple. I know that it's like, okay, Aaron, really, I'm listening to this and you're going to tell me to care for people? Yes. Why? Because a lot of us have a really hard time with it. In John 13:35, this verse is a verse that is so powerful. He says, your love for one another will prove to the world that you are my disciples. In other words, your love for one another, the way you love and care for people will prove to everyone else that you're a follower of Jesus. That's what proves that you're a follower of Jesus, the way you love and care for other people. So how do I do that? When someone is sick, take them a meal. This week, one of our really good friends, we found out that they had COVID. And they were sick, they were quarantined, they had fever, and Jessica, my wife, is like the practical side of like, how do I make it better? Like, what can I do to make it better? And she genuinely cares deeply for people, and sometimes it's very aggressive, and she's like, I want to do it, I want to fix it right now, and she's going to make it happen. And she was texting, and she was like, all right, what can I do? And the person's quarantined away from their family, and they don't live here. They live in a different area. And Jessica got on, and there's this website called Meal Train, and she set up a meal train for this person so they would be getting deliveries from all their favorite restaurants for their food. And just a really practical way to say, hey, I care for you. Another way to care for people is when you're offended, take it to the person that you're offended by. You say, well, that seems like that's not caring. No, that is 100% caring. Do it in love, do it with humility and patience and with a spirit of peace, but take it to them. It's going to happen. Probably in the last 3 months with us being online and us not being able to be face to face, I've probably offended some people. And let me say, if I've offended you, either get it right just between you and God or bring it to me and let's get it right between us because I love you and I care about you and I don't intentionally want to offend you. I want us to live at peace and be humble and be gentle with one another and honestly care for one another. And when you're not sure what approach to take, let me just say kindness is always a good choice. Always a good choice. So care for others. Number 2, invite. Invite. Right now, it looks like just sharing online. Share our service today. Right now, just go click that share button, share it to some of your friends, maybe people that have a bad taste in their mouth about the church. You're going, look, this is about a gathering of people, and you want them to understand that. This will ensure that whenever you invite people, it will ensure that you see church through the lens that they see it. You see, a lot of times we get really comfortable just coming to church or being a part of a church, and we forget the fact that we're on mission to reach people for Jesus, and we forget what it's like to be an unsaved person, a person who is lost, a person who has no idea who Jesus is. We forget what it's like to be that person, and we just continue doing church as normal, and we forget the fact that we're called to be on mission, not just to enjoy a service. And so when you invite someone new, I promise you, it'll make you see things very, very differently within the church experience. The invitation also, it gives your friends and family an opportunity to know Jesus. Most importantly, it gives your friends and family an opportunity to know Jesus.